Evening, folks. It's that time. Bam. Silver bullet. The Long Ranger used silver bullet. That's what we named it. You know, a lot of my stuff's named after TV shows, westerns, Little Doggy, right? Dude. A lot of the names, Curly Bill. That's right. Hanging Judge. And airmail, cornhole names and stuff. So sometimes I just sit and try to come up with some names. It's over 80 colors, guys. You run out of names. All right. This is a great bait, the Tadpole Junior. I've used it last couple lately. This week's, I'm going to edit this. This week's coming up here in a little bit after I edit this video here. I'm going to edit Sunday's video. It's going to be on the Tweety Bird. So y'all hang in there. I'm just trying to use some different baits to show them to y'all, give you some confidence in them, and give you a chance to win something that that's a little different, okay? This is an 1.5 inch bait. Tweety Bird is too. We got the Fathead Minnow 1.5 inch, the LC Shad Junior now 1.5 inch. And we got the Fry Swim Bait to 1.5 inch, right? Am I leaving something out? We got the Little Bit Minnow, too. It's skinnier. It's real small. And we got the TNT Worm. So we got a lot of 1.5 inch baits to pick from. 1.5 inch baits have been hot this year. In fact, I heard him say on Crappy Connection last night. Brad said he's been using 1.5 inch baits more this year a lot. And I think the other young man said the same thing. So, yeah, anymore, I kind of go to 1.5 inch and start with 1.5 inch. 1.5 inch to 2 inches is good size for crappie. I've got 3 inch minnow. I've cut crappie on it. You can bite about 1/4 inch of it off, put on there. It'll work when the fish are aggressive. Okay, it's great. When fishing's tough, hard to get them to bite you, hard to get them to hit you something, go to that 1.5 inch bait. It usually works the best during tough times. Okay, all right, y'all ready? There's a lot of times people ask me that. Let's roll it here. 166. Let's write that down. All right, let's go look. All right, folks, let's go down through it. The number is 166. I'm saying that to remind me. All right. Okay. 19. Looking for his number. If you think about it, guys, leave your number first. It helps me. I don't have to go looking. You think 126 is going to hold? Let's write it down. And it's Dean. Okay. Let's take back off. 76. So 168's over. Can't go over. That's the only rule we have. You got to subscribe, be a subscriber, and you can't go over the number, right? We've been doing that since the beginning, and it's worked fine. I don't think we've had a fight or argument over it yet. Let's see. Whoa. Almost skipped him. There's 150. Let's write that down. Who's that? Jason. Now, 150, number's 166. There's only 16 numbers. Can knock him out there. He's trying to make it easy. Hope everybody's getting some fishing time in. The water's starting to cool some here. It's 70 degrees. And, you know, I was watching somebody on YouTube. I can't remember when this was. I was watching a fishing video. They must be up north because they said the water's turned over yet. So somebody asked me about that. I said, Google it. Google that, what turnover is. And turnover is when the top layer of water gets colder than the bottom layer. So that could happen in shallow water, like 10 foot or less. Shallow water, that bottom water is probably what? In the 60s probably, I would think. But in deep water, it's probably have to get down at least in the 50s. Here it usually happens around late October. Right now our water is 70 degrees. So that's what it happens. So it could happen in shallow water sooner, right? Because shallow water cools off faster. Make sure I ain't skipping somebody. There you go. Y'all know what y'all think about that. Because when it turns over, fishing usually gets a little tough for a little bit, and you can see like leaves floating. You see them bubbling a lot. The water will be bubbling a lot, like bubbles coming up. But most of the time it's some trash floating around in the water. Actually, it's not going to get smelly. And there's usually a lot of algae and junk like that floating around on the surface. Where when it flipped, it stirred the water up. So, but I can tell you, I worked on this boathouse. I had to that I finished today. I had to get in the water yesterday. I had chest waders. Well, and this is in a cove. It really surprised me. And there's a lot of that willow grass growing around there, you know. But anyway, I got in the water, got my ladder set up, leaned it against the thing. When I got to where I could get on my ladder, The water was about 3 inches from going into my chest waders. You do not want to fill your chest waders full of water. I'm telling you that. If y'all ever trout fished or anything in the stream, you know what I'm saying. So I got on the ladder and I painted it down to about the bottom board. I thought, well, so I came home. I'm only about 2 miles from the job. I ran home, got some shorts and got some other dry clothes and a towel and some water shoes. I had some water shoes. I ran back and got in the water without the chest waders, and it came up to my armpits, and I got the bottom boards and the band board, so I got that done. While I was in the water, I was stirring up, going through that willow grass to get out to where I'm going to work. I noticed these little sunfish, little brim or something about an inch and a half long. They were swimming all around me. When I was in water to about over my waist, I could see the bottom. That's how clear our water is right now on the channel. This is close to the channel. I could see the bottom. And when I stirred up the mud and stuff off of that willow grass, those little fish were just going in circles, boy. I was knocking something off those weeds that they wanted, some kind of plankton or something, I reckon, that they wanted. But they didn't seem to be scared of me, and I ain't seen a little turtle. Oh, he was probably about that big around, a little bit bigger than a 50-cent piece. He was swimming around me. So I thought, wow, I'm stirring up some food for them. But our water is pretty clear. And that's why baits like this silver bullet, what I'm going to be fishing with this coming Sunday, you can see that's why I was fishing with it. Our water's gotten pretty clear. We've had some rain, but we hadn't had enough rain to stir up any washing, any mud or anything from the bank and so forth. So there you go. All right, guys, as the water keeps cooling down, our water is 70. It's what it was Sunday. It's supposed to be 48 degrees tomorrow night. So that's going to cool it a little bit. It might drop it a degree or two. Don't drop it that fast. It's going to be about another 2 weeks. It's going to slowly, gradually fall. When it gets down to about 65 to 65, that's usually when the fishing starts getting really better here. And I love November when the water is 48, 50 degrees. The crappie will pile up in big schools. Once you find them, you usually can sit in one area and just catch them, guys, and catch a bunch of crappie. Yep, looking forward to that. Appreciate y'all, guys. Hey, we'll see you next time. Fish Lake Country.